But okay, Oprah.
Oprah.
Be a woman of your word.
Be a woman of your word. And that holds near and dear to my heart. So that is really our integrity. That's all we have. You know, we
Yes.
do something, you have to do it no matter what. And when you don't, you communicate.
Yeah.
I can't do this. Another thing is,
We having church up in here. We all having church.
I got one more for you.
Look, can the church say amen?
Let's say amen. And I'm going to tell you this one. And then I'm going to leave the rest and say they got to get the book. But let your no's be no. Your yeses be yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I experience that all the time. My daughter uses that trick on me every time. And I'm like, she's like, oh, Mom, you said yes. So this is what we're doing. I'm like, I'm tired. But you said yes. So if you said yes, then the answer is yes. But if the answer is no, doggone it, it's no, I'm not going to do it. Yeah. And you have to learn how to say no, because people will pull and pull and pull until they drain you. And when there's nothing left, they're gone, living their life, pulling from the next person, and you're drained. Mm-hmm. So I took that one to heart as well. So let your no's be no. Yes, be yeses.
I know that's right.
Kim, just make sure you drop the link for the book.
Oh, yes. I think you can pre-order. Well, you can pre-order 10 Dirty Secrets.
10 Dirty Lil Secrets.
Dirty Little Secrets. I'm sorry.
Yeah, hit the little.
Yes. Right. You can pre-order that with the link that Pam gave me.
Yes.
Okay. Yep, so the next,
I'm in a pre-order. They can just order it and they'll have it within the week.
Yeah. I need the book.
And then the next book is towards the end of the year.
Yes, that's called What's in a Name.
Okay.
Now, I'll tell you, ladies, you're gonna have me come back on this one.
Oh no, I will. Look, I'll have you come back anyway.
Little secrets. I talk about 10 dirty little secrets, little ones. I'm gonna talk about some big secrets and the backstory behind those secrets. Yeah. Each story in my book relates to something that happened to me in my travels and in my professional experience. And in my bigger book, it's gonna tell you what really happened in that story. Like we talked about the R. Kelly story, and I talk a little bit more in depth about that. How I met him, my experiences at his home, my experiences in the studio with him, my experiences while he was in trial, and how it affected me. So I talk a little bit about that because, when you're there and people are saying these things, it affects you. You're like, then you start questioning yourself, your own integrity. Now, what do I stand for?
Yeah.
What do I stand for? And why I had to leave. Not because he did anything to me. Not because I saw him do anything, but the perception of wrongdoing.
Yeah, because I think everyone was ready to vilify anybody attached to R. Kelly at one point in time, even other artists.
Yes.
So for you to say, I didn't witness anything, and, for you to even share your experience, whether it's now or later on in the book, I mean, that's just amazing, just whatever you can get from it. And then how it affected you.
Listen, we all have jobs and we've had jobs. What does your boss do when you go home? I don't know what they do.
I don't know.
I have no idea. My daughter's teacher, true story, funny man. And next thing you know, he's like a pedophile. And we see him in the news and he's like been a pedophile with boys. And we were like, I said, this man was at my house before.
Yeah, you never know.
I don't know what he's doing. So you just never know. And my whole thing is, I just think everybody deserves their day in court. And if you're guilty, then there's the consequences and repercussions when you are indulging in things like that. But I do believe that he should be treated with fairness like everybody else. Well, not everybody else, but I think that he should be treated with fairness and have it in court. And I don't mind talking about it because it was my experience. And I had some good times and I had some horrible times. So I talk about those a little bit in my new book.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that. 10 Dirty Little Secrets.
10 Dirty Little Secrets. We're going to make sure we have it.
Yes. And when I come back on my show, you guys have to invite me back and I'll bring some friends with me.
Yes.
Like with a little crew of entertainers that come and we talk about, they all drop a little tea.
I know that's right.
about their secrets. And it's really interesting because you're like, I even had Sparkle on my show.
Yeah.
Then you know who she is.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, the young girl that was accused with R. Kelly is her niece.
Yeah.
So she came on my show. But Sparkle's amazing. She has a new record out and it's doing very, very well. So I'm excited about that. She had another opportunity in life to try and do it again.
Yeah.
The book talks about so many interesting things about money and why people go bankrupt and just, you know, CC in the world and covering your tail because don't cover your back, you can get thrown under the bus. And if you don't have any paperwork to back it up or you didn't CC anybody, you're going to be in trouble because nobody's going to believe you. And I talk about my experiences when I didn't cover my tail and didn't handle my business. And when I didn't, I got my tail handed to me.
I know that's right. But I got one question.
Okay.
And Liga, I think I was on the phone with you at this time. When Jennifer, Fantasia, and the other young lady were up for elimination. I'm sorry, Cheryl.
It didn't even make any sense, right?
No. They were the three best.
And the three right now that made something of their lives. Okay, but let me explain it to you. What was your question? Because I think I know what your question is.
Okay. Because I don't know if it was the judges or who. I don't know how they came up with those numbers. Huh?
How did they get to the bottom three?
Wow.
Okay. So let me tell you something. Give you an example. Country music is like, to me, is like cult music. I love country music, but country people love them some country music, and they are diehard fans. They're going down. They are going down the river with you. They buy, they support, they love their artists. They love their music. So a lot of very talented people that were on American Idol were from the country. They're from North Carolina, South Carolina, Nashville. Well, guess what? Grandma and Grandpa, this is all American Family Show, are watching the show. Black people who like the show didn't vote. So everybody thought they're going to win. I don't have to vote because obviously.
Just by watching the show.
So they will watch it. They just didn't, I didn't pick up the phone today because they know already, she's blue. She's going to win. Well, we didn't vote. But those country people were voting 10 times, 11 times. They were just down. Hello. And so they voted. And when you looked at, and it was all, you could see it, when you looked at all the phone calls, they were calling for Kelly Pickler and all these other people. So we had to vote. They ended up in the bottom three. And then they were saved. Somebody got saved. I don't know if it was Jennifer or Fantasia. One of them got saved and came back. And what's funny, Fantasia won, but Jennifer ended up with an Oscar.
That's right.
See how that works? Ruben Studdard won, but Clay became bigger. You want to know why Clay Aikens became bigger? Because of his country, and they so we have to support each other, and that's what's important. And we just took it for granted.
She like, man, listen.
They had a name, Clay. What was
Clay Aiken. Clay Aiken.
And I think when at the end, I think, Lika, if I'm not mistaken, with Fantasia, I think I was texting you. I was like, hey, tell your mother to vote. I had my mother vote.
To be honest, that's the last time I watched the show. That was it. But I was like this, and she's the reason why I voted, because again, I'm gonna be honest. Sometimes you become just a spectator. You watch the show, you see the number, they're telling you to vote. It's free, but you're sitting there thinking like, as long as I'm watching this, that means no, you gotta act. They're telling you to vote. She telling me vote, and I had never voted in my life on the phone as far as anything like that ever. And that's it.
That's what happened.
I'll never forget that.
Yeah.
And that's how they ended up in
I got it.
Story. That's how it happened. And we learned after that, and like people just didn't know. But I was at the edge of my seat screaming and hollering like, there's no way. Even, and I'm not gonna say black people, but white people were saying that too. They were like, what? Oh my God, these people are town. They knew it too. But look, you're good, but I'm gonna vote for Kelly Pickler.
Yeah.
So you had to vote. And that was the missing link there. But all is well that ends well, because they both became very successful. One winning, one not winning, but the world knew them overnight. And I had a wonderful experience, just being a part of it, being a part of, picking these contestants, and there's, just, I love, look at Kelly Clarkson. She has her own show now. It's just,
I love Kelly.
And Carrie Underwood. Carrie Underwood, who, just amazing, and I host the Country Music Awards. Chris Daughtry. I had an opportunity to work with all these people, so
that's right.
Very rewarding. And so when I speak in my book, I speak from knowledge and experience, and in these experiences, you have good times, and not also, not all of them are good. You have heartbreak and tears, but I wouldn't change anything. I wouldn't change.
I know that's right.
The only person I throw under the bus is me, and I talk about my mistakes and the things that I didn't know, and I don't want you to make those same mistakes that I did. So I'm open to talk about them.
So now, are you still managing?
That's a good question. In my head, I'm saying no. But that old saying, every time I get out, they just pull me right back in.
That's right. That's right.
So if I find a situation that comes my way that makes a whole lot of sense for me, of course I'd manage again. Right now, I'm working on it with the streaming network, and I'm working on my own show, and it's gonna be fun. So that's where I'm going, producing and hosting my own show, which I never thought I'd do in a million years. But, it started, people say that, I host a pretty good show. So I'm like, okay, well, let's just keep talking and having fun. So those are the things that I'm working on now. My other book.
When can we expect the Tuesday show? Is that on like a social media?
It's on every platform. So it'll be on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram.
Okay.
So
they just have to find you where?
On 10 Dirty Lil Secrets.
Okay. Just if they Google that.
You go on there now on Facebook on 10 Dirty Lil Secrets, you can see some of the old shows, even on my personal page, Cheryl Cobb as well. And I'll make sure Pam sends you guys information on those too. But lots of fun, lots of celebrities, having a good time. I took a break for Christmas and then I just moved, which is a whole other story. And we're rebooting for next semester. It's next season. And coming up season is going to be more exciting, because I have it's a little bit more in depth, and stories that people really, really want to know. And what's so great about it is I let people tell their own stories. So I'll have some guests on here that you guys will not expect, and they will be spilling the tea about themselves. But it's all positive. There's nothing negative. I don't do negative.
I know that's right. I try not to do negative as well, because I want people to come back, and I'm not a sensationalist, so I really don't get off on making people feel bad. I've had artists say to me, "Kim, can you take this out?" No problem. I don't have a problem taking that out. That's why I said I'm good with the editing. So
right.
I know what's important.
I trust you are. As long as we don't edit anything that I didn't say, I don't care, because anything I say is the truth. And so I'm okay with you using whatever I said. I'm okay with it, because it's my truth.
I know that's right. Cheryl, oh my God. I feel like we just got started.
COVID.
No.
A lot of things. Hey, listen, ladies, I'll come back anytime.